Well, hey, obviously another just awesome day. It never gets old to see your name flash up on that screen. And, one thing I've always done is make sure that we don't take it for granted, no matter all the success we've had over the years. It's a special time, as I told the guys before practice today. I think there's 360 teams that start the season, and then only 68 get their name to flash up there, on the show. So pretty cool stuff. The fact we're in Portland is great for our fans and families and everybody to be able to get there. I think fairly easy, and obviously, from here on out, all these games are going to be tough.
Know anything at all about Georgia State?
No, not yet. We'll dive into them as soon as we get done here.
Obviously, for former coaches within your lineage, it's just an incredible year. What does it mean to you to see all those coaches?
Oh, it was great. Yesterday to watch Leon, who we'll get to see up close and personal down with Boise State and Portland, and that was such a culmination of an awesome year for them to not only win their league but to also win the tourney title. Their games, we follow them very, very closely. Their games are incredibly dramatic throughout this year. And then obviously watching Tommy, it was great to see Tommy, and we have other Ricky down there, and TJ and Ken and Rem. So that was a special thing also.
Coach, you take so much energy with the fans who obviously bring their own weather system. You haven't played down in Portland for quite a long time. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting, and compared to last year, what kind of advantage do you think it gives you guys?
Yeah, I don't know advantage-wise or whatever. It's great. I know it'll be a great environment. We have a lot of Zag fans down there. Obviously, my family and relatives and all kinds of stuff like that. But it's always been a great place for us to play over the years in neutral court events and everything. And we've definitely played the Moda Center, and looking forward to it.
You mentioned Leon and potentially having to play them. Just what are your thoughts on having a guy that used to be on your staff in your pod?
Hey, it's tough. It's tough. Because you want to root for them every game, but at this point, it's the NCAA tournament, so it's just about who you're going to play next and getting the win. So I'm sure that'll be the definitely the thoughts on our minds.
Second year in a row, you've got teams that you've played during the season. I think Duke and Texas Tech are possibilities down the road.
Yeah.
Is that advantage, disadvantage? How do you make it?
They're so far down the road. I don't even know. We'll cross that bridge when we have to. So we just need to try to win on Thursday. I've been in this tournament long enough. You start worrying about games down the road, you're sitting at home. So we'll just dial in. We'll start learning about Georgia State here, and then obviously start breaking down Memphis and Boise State, and they'll get our full attention. Again, because being Thursday, we only have 2 more practices basically, and then it's just kind of walkthroughs and stuff like that.
Now that the bracket's been fully released here, sort of your road, what's the initial message that you gave to the team?
Just what I just said. It's a fool's errand to look down the road. There's so many good teams. There's so many good players now, and with the COVID rules, there's a lot of these teams have these older 6-year guys as we've faced throughout this whole season. So that I think that's really raised the level of play up. So you got to focus up on the first game. We just got done with a two-game tournament weekend, and that's what this is. This is a 2-game tournament. If you don't win the first one, you don't get the second one. So, but if you win the first one, then it's all about that second one. So we'll just dial into these 3 teams and get these guys ready to hopefully play their best.
What does it mean to be a number 1 overall seed for the second straight year? And I imagine 20 years ago, if you would have imagined that, it would have been pretty hard to
Yeah. No, I mean impossible to ever envision that. And it's amazing accomplishment. I touched on it after the game. You know, it's a reward for being good for 4 months or 4.5 months. This tournament is a reward for, being good for 3 weeks. So I mean, I think it's just an amazing accomplishment by this group and last year's group and these number one seeds that we've been able to earn is also just simply another amazing accomplishment by the guys in the program.
Obviously, you don't get the four-bit WCC, but still 3 teams in.
Yeah.
And obviously one that hasn't been in for quite some time. Just how cool is that for you to see this league expanding and to see a team like USF being able to get it?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of drama. They're the last, basically, kind of mystery team named. There was only one more spot left for them, but I think we were all hoping for 4, but reality kind of set in there at the end for 3, and 3's a heck of a accomplishment, and then the seeds were really good too for getting 3 teams in. So hopefully we can all get some wins, and that'll help out the league. Treasure chest and kind of help everybody out.
You touched on Tommy for a bit. What's the most impressive thing he's done to turn that around and be a full seed in less than 12 months there?
I mean, they've just done a good job of just you watch that team play. I mean, there's a lot of similarities, but he's done a good job with the personnel that was already there, and I think he got them to play confidently, got them to play together. He got them to believe in themselves, and again, Sean had a good program going down there, and there are some very, very good players. So I think that's important that that's talked about too. But Tommy did a great job, like we all knew he would. I mean, he's a great coach. He's got a great feel, and it's just fun for to get to see him play. I haven't really had that many opportunities to sit down and watch a whole game, so it was that's what was really cool.
I think Michi's shot was in Portland.
Yeah, it was.
Is that
Yeah,
the first
yep.
thing that you remember or highlighted that?
No, I don't know if that's the first thing I remember. Just I know we I don't know if that's the only time we've been down there. We were obviously there for the PK 85, and I think we've played a couple other games down there neutral, and obviously playing in Portland, we always have great support there. And then just geographically looking, I mean, it's an easy drive for our fans in the Northwest. So I think that's kind of what I was focusing on.
Things like that, so it was kind of special for you to see that.
Nah, it's very special, and I think we take it for granted sometimes because we had so much success the past couple of years. But we gotta enjoy it right now, and it's pretty special that we get to do it back-to-back years.
Chet, what was it like to be part of your first selection show where I'm sure you've watched dozens growing up, but to actually have it mean something this year, what was it like to be part of that experience?
No, it's definitely super cool, and it's a lot of fun to do it with this group of guys, this group of coaching staff. It's definitely a special experience to be able to see it firsthand. But I think it's even crazier when you kind of step out and try and see it from a different perspective. Like if I think back to me as a little kid, like I definitely wouldn't see myself here. So definitely blessed.
Chet, you mentioned thinking back to being a little kid. Do you have any memories of March Madness that stand out to you from back in the day that maybe first one that you remember or favorite?
I don't think there's one that stands out. I used to watch all the tournaments and stuff, and they're always special. There's always buzzer beaters every year. Everybody talks about Jalen's last year, but it seems like there's one every single year, and men's and women's basketball, and they're pretty crazy to watch.
How many guys you know in the tournament, especially from that U19 team?
Talking to me? Yeah. There's a good handful. Johnny with Wisconsin, Jaden with Purdue, kind of trying to go down the roster.
TCU.
TCU,
Miles.
yup, Miles, Peyton from UCLA. There's a lot of guys on that team, and it just speaks to the team that we had over the summer. It's just a group of winners. That's why their teams are in March Madness. So.
You all stay together at all, text, that kind of stuff, keep up?
Yeah, we were definitely, checking in with each other. But as we got to this part of the season, it's definitely kind of been, we were once teammates, but not anymore. So it's kind of been focusing on, the teams that we're on now. And then I'm sure once the season's over, we'll all be super friendly again. Not that we're not now. We're just kind of cut off communication a little bit.
Anton, having gone through it a couple of times, what do you want to see, especially in an opener where you're going to be heavily favored, mindset-wise? What do you want to see?
Just for us to come out and play hard. I think that's just the main thing. I think that the game we lost, we didn't come out and play hard and give all our effort. But we can't go back now. Once we lose, it's over. So I think the first game, that's our mindset, is just come out with that intensity.
I heard you guys kind of erupt in the room when USF was announced that they were kind of one of the last teams. So we'd like to hear that and see three teams from your conference that you guys know pretty well make the field.
I think we were just worried that they weren't about to get picked. So
I think it was like the last selection for them, and they got it. So
facts. Once they got picked, we were just like, okay, there you go. They had a crowd, so it would have been sad if they didn't got picked. So, it's cool to see three teams from the WCC in the tournament.
Any advice for whoever's playing St. Mary's? Haven't seen him so much.
No, we're gonna keep the secrets in-house.
Facts.
Anton, what was it like to see Tommy in Arizona get a 1 CD? Everyone here kind of knows him pretty well, whether they were recruited by him or played with them. To see Coach Few and Tommy get to the top seeds, pretty crazy, right?
Nah, it's really crazy. Especially with how much criticism he was getting at the beginning of the season, of they wanted a different coach. He's one of the best coaches in college basketball, just like Coach Few, and it's really exciting to see him do that. And players like Big O. I'm just proud of them right now. I watched the game yesterday, so it was cool.
Going into this again? Just excited. This is a huge time of the year. Super excited. I really haven't been to the real tournament since freshman year with fans and everything. Their full experience. So I was telling guys about that the other day. I'm super excited just to get over there, start the games, see where we're playing, everything.
You have a unique experience being with two different teams. What are you telling the freshmen?
Just how hard the path is to win 6 games against the top 68 teams in the country, and how together we have to be during that time, and just locking in. This is the time of year to kind of let loose and just give it your all. So that's what I'm telling them.
It's pretty special to be a number 1 overall seed for the second straight year. I know that doesn't really matter if you don't win the games, but just to have that honor and for a program that hasn't always had that success, it's cool to see that.
Definitely, it's an honor to be in this position. Very unique position I got put into, being on 2 of these top 1 overall seeds. Super blessed, and excited for every team's best punch against us. Sure.
Amber, how many Canadians are in it? Do you know, just by watching the brackets, you probably got an idea?
Man, this Canadian basketball is growing a lot. So there's more than I think for sure. There's Boise State got 2 or 3. I know they're right close to us in the bracket. Man, I couldn't tell you.
You played the Boise guys?
Yeah,
Somewhere?
I played with Emmanuel Akai. We played on the national team together. And then Abu, I've played him when I was younger. I used to play against him a couple times here and there.
You were on a team last year that came so close to a national championship. Is there anything in the back of your mind of sort of redemption? You want to finish this one out?
Definitely.
One last run. Is there any kind of that mentality going into this tournament?
Yeah, definitely a sense of redemption. Also, just don't want to take for granted what we did last year and how hard it was to get to that point. So I just want to take it game by game and step by step, not look too far in the future.
Be in the Northwest, maybe kind of home field atmosphere. atmosphere for you?
I mean, yeah, I mean that's something I've always dreamed of. Playing in those March Madness games. The atmosphere is always looking crazy when I was younger. I mean, I always wanted to be in those moments. So I'm excited. I know that the Zags fans will show out, especially in the Pacific Northwest. So I mean, it'll be really exciting.
You played a lot of neutral site games this season. Do you think that gives you any kind of advantage with some of these other teams that may have not played in those kind of environments before?
For sure. I mean, I feel like those sites do take some getting used to. Playing in bigger arenas and not playing on your normal courts in your conference and stuff. So I feel like all those neutral site games definitely give us an advantage over those who haven't.
I think Georgia State has a guy that played at Finley Prep. He's a senior from Vegas. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Have you?
Nah.
Roberts, maybe?
Nah, I haven't.
Justin Roberts.
Jefferson Roberts? Nah, I don't know him. Yeah. I mean, those friendly prep guys, a lot of them weren't from Vegas. I don't think they were allowed to recruit from Vegas. So, but I mean, we had a couple scrimmages against Finley when I was in high school, so that was always really fun.
You have a lot of connections with other players that are in the field after seeing the tournament bracket.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys.
Yeah, I mean, we all were texting a little bit, FaceTime, going back and forth. I was just on the phone with one of my friends from LSU. And we're talking about his draw. So I mean, it's really cool to just see all of us kind of living in the moment and enjoying it. I mean, we dreamed of playing in March Madness and all these big college games. So I mean, it's really cool for all of us to see each other winning.
Who's the LSU kid?
Mwani Wilkinson. Yeah.
How are you personally approaching this year than last year?
I mean, my role is vastly different compared to last year. I'm starting, playing a lot more minutes. So, I mean, it's a really different approach because, I'm a part of those crucial moments in these elimination games. And, I play a big role in what's going on. So just going there with a completely different mindset, knowing that we're playing elimination basketball and, every moment, every game matters.
You're not as wide-eyed as you were last year. You're a little more seasoned.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a little bit less nerves, going in to, now that I know what it's like and, the road that it takes to get to where we want to go.
Have they given you the speech about 16 versus 1 in Virginia a few years ago?
They have.
Did you see that game by chance?
Yeah, that was actually really, really crazy. I think that year I had Virginia going really far in my bracket when I was in high school or whatever, so I was really disappointed. But Coach Few just told us earlier today, and you can't look too far ahead in the bracket. Can't see about who you're going to play second weekend or things like that because there is no next game if you don't handle the one that's in front of you. So I mean, that's our approach and that's our mindset.
Pretty much everyone on this roster was either recruited by Tommy Lillard or played for Tommy. So what was it like to see him get a number one seed the first year in Arizona and with the connection here?
I mean, it was really cool. I mean, I'm always rooting for him. So to see him succeed and have all the success that he is over there at Arizona, I mean, it's really cool for me, and I'm really happy for him.
Pop up there, and then the number one seed overall as
well. I think just kind of part of the program now. It's kind of the expectation that we aim for, and it's a little rewarding for sure after how much of a grind the season is and how many tough games we had this year and just all the ups and downs we had too, to finish back up on top. But it doesn't mean anything now, but regular season wise, it's cool.
Anything on Georgia State? No player, a connection, anything?
Didn't they have that one dude a couple years ago, father-son connection that was pretty wild? Was that team? Was that? Yeah, so I know them from that. Yeah, so that'd be cool. But they won their league, I'm assuming. So they're going to be a tough older team. So it'll definitely be a battle. Can't wait to break some film down and just get the scout ready for them.
Coach B was talking earlier that you're going to see a lot of older players here in this tournament coming from the COVID year. Is that experience that you might face going to make this tournament maybe more difficult than in years past?
Oh, for sure. I think especially in college, you can really tell a difference between freshmen and fifth and sixth year guys. I mean, that's the one thing about our conference. I think a reason why our conference was especially so good this year was just how many older guys we had in the league, how many guys have been around, know what it takes, know how to get things done, and just, they know when that wall comes and how to get through that wall. So I think obviously experience never hurts a team, and it'll make a lot of teams tough, and I feel like it's primed for a bunch of upsets this year.
battled them all year, San Francisco and St. Mary's, but to see them on the bracket, you take a little pride with that with the conference.
Yeah, we definitely were cheering for them when they made it. They're really great teams, and we thought they deserved to make it. We were sweating a little bit for San Francisco. That one came down pretty close, but definitely glad to see them make it. They more than deserved it the way they played this year, and I think it's just a testament to how good our conference was this year. I think we had as many teams make it as the Pac-12, so all this Power 5 stuff, it's getting pretty old now.
Are you looking forward to having a more authentic tournament experience after you obviously did go your freshman year and then last year in the bubble, and this year you get the full fan experience and moving around to different sites?
Yeah, I think it'll be exciting and really feel like March. Last year was great, but it kind of just felt like a tournament. It wasn't what I imagined growing up with March Madness would be, so I'm excited to get a real taste of it this year.
Tommy in Arizona pick up the #1 seed. How cool is that to have your coach and your former assistant coach both be 2 of the 4 top seeds there?
It's super cool, and we're not surprised though. I mean, such great coaches and players over there, and even Big O has been dominating over there. So we love just keeping tabs on them and checking in on them, and they deserve it. They're a really good team, and yeah, we're really not surprised that they are where they are just because of how good of a coach Tommy is too. I mean, he really made this program go as well, with Coach all those years. So it's great to see them succeed.
Did you text Omar after they got announced, or did he text you or anything like that? Or?
No, we texted yesterday, last night when they won it, but I haven't talked to him yet. But yeah, we were excited for them, and we knew it was coming. We expected that from them, and they expect that from us. It's kind of just how the Zag way goes.
Have you talked to any of the younger guys about your guys' experience last year, as far as Chad Nolan, Hunter, who haven't experienced it, and just kind of giving advice as far as how to handle it, or what kind of this week now?
Yeah, we've definitely that's something we've talked about since the summer. It's definitely something that we use as a tool to fuel the fire, as well as just, reamp our batteries when they're feeling a little drained. So they know the feeling, they know from us what it's like, and we feel like we're prepared for the moment and everything that comes with it. So we're looking forward to the journey for sure.
Is there a day that's gone by where you haven't thought about the national championship game from last year? Or have you kind of put it behind you and moved forward?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it every day or anything. I mean, it happened. I would say I think about it a little bit, but it's nothing that haunts me or, makes me feel bad. In the moment it felt bad, but it happened, and you can either soak and sulk about something or you can make the best of it. So definitely just taking positives from that, and hopefully it'll help us this year.
It means a lot to me. It's my 4th year, but it's also my first time making the tournament. So, it definitely feels good to be a part of March, sitting in there watching the selection show with the guys, seeing where we're at, who we're playing, seeing the brackets and stuff. It was exciting for me. So it was definitely good for me for sure.
There's some kind of validation by making it here and winning the WCC and all the success you've had, and it was a kind of tough offseason for you and you had to make a tough choice. And, is it kind of validating to know that you've made it here now?
I mean, a little bit, but I think this is more, kind of proving to myself, who I am, what I can be, what I can do for a team. So, but yeah, I think it's a little validation for sure.
They might ask, but to be the overall #1 seed after coming from a 2-22,
Yeah.
how does that feel when you see that come up on the board?
I mean, it definitely feels good. It's definitely a big turnaround from last season. But, now being the #1 overall seed, we got to go out there and get some things done. So, this is the exciting part, to get out there and go play.
I don't imagine you have any problem overlooking somebody. That probably doesn't register.
Nah, not at all.
Where do you think you guys have kind of grown as a team since the first week of the season? I feel like you're peaking right now, heading into March.
I think we've grown a lot, as far as, getting to know each other, the team chemistry, the way we're playing, how we're rolling and trusting each other. So, I definitely think that's come along great throughout the season. As far as peaking, maybe we are, maybe we're still getting better. So, we'll see. But at the end of the day, we just got to go out there and win games no matter where we're at, for sure.
Have you spoken to the guys about their experience last year in the tournament, and can you sense that they really want to get back to the title game and kind of make up for that loss?
Yeah, they've been, talk about it all season. What happened last year. They don't want that to happen again. And, hopefully we can go on that same run this year, finish the deal off. So it's definitely a goal of ours as a team. We come together as a unit to try and get it done for sure.
Did Iowa State get in?
Yeah, they got the 11th seed. They play LSU. Yes, sir.
Have you texted with any of your former teammates yet, or?
Yeah, I texted a couple of them. So, I'm probably text a couple more of them today, congratulate them. Hopefully they get the win, keep rolling through the tournament, for sure.
It's hard when you want to watch all your former teammates and different guys around the country, but you also have to kind of focus on what you guys are doing, play your own game. You can't really watch it as a fan when you're a player.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, got to stay focused on, what we got going on. But, I might tune in for a few minutes, lock back in what we got going on, definitely.
So you have nerves for a first NCAA tournament game?
A little bit, just, waiting to see the atmosphere, see the crowd, kind of get the first, beginning of the game jitters out. And then, after that, I think I'm going to just play basketball.